Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I'm your host, Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. So today, I'm thinking, I remember when I was gaming in high school and college, and my players would get pissed off that that the NPCs didn't respect them, that they weren't getting the proper respect when they came into town, that the barmaid should have been all over them. Okay, so do your players, do your PCs understand the difference between fear, respect, love, and honor? Not necessarily in that order. Like they want to, we should come into town and they should be at our beck and call. It means you want them to fear you. Okay, it's not looking. You're not looking for respect. You're looking for fear. Your players want their characters to be feared. Maybe that's something that probably went along with high school and college. A lot of us in high school were, I don't want to say misfits, but it wasn't cool to play D&D. So the idea that you could go someplace and people would fear you, I guess that was pretty important, right? Love. You don't get love and adoration from the public, all right? You don't get love and adoration from a group of people. That's uh, you might get respect, but you're not really getting love. So why did but my players wanted to be loved? They wanted everyone to be fawning all over them. That's not the way real world works, and it's not the way my fantasy worlds work. So, what about honor and respect? Well, honor is like a twofold thing, right? You have your personal honor, which is, I think, very important. Okay, especially for your player characters, because your personal honor is they're going to do right, even if nobody is going to know they did right. Right? Yeah. When it comes to this kind of like social honor that we think of with like I don't know, knights and chivalry or samurais and stuff, that's a social honor. And your deeds that you do that aren't seen almost don't count. So you need an audience, right? And your players, pretty much generally speaking, wanted that audience, right? Then their PCs. I'm not saying this is there aren't exceptions to this rule, but they wanted to get the attaboy from the peasants, right? From from the townsfolk for doing the heroic deeds, as opposed to just the satisfaction of having done something right. Respect, right? Respect is that fickle one. Respect is you have it and then you don't have it. So your players, your PCs could have respected the townsfolk. They did a great deed, right? And everybody's fawning all over them. But it's not fawning over them because they fear them. And they're not fawning over them because they love them. And it's not really because of their honor, because town folks generally don't worry about social honor, right? Social honor is something that's between certain social classes, generally not the peasants, or generally not the townsfolk. But they respect. They respect what happened. They respect the deed. You did a great thing for them. But respect is fleeting, right? Respect is fleeting. Once that initial shock wears off, once that calms down, once that part is over, it fades away. It might last a bit longer if your player characters keep working on it in the same area, but if they move on, they can come back a year or two later, and that respect is, maybe somebody will buy them a drink because, oh, aren't you the lads that did whatever? Aren't you the fine folk that saved this town 2 years ago? But you're forgotten by everybody else because respect is very transient in these situations. Okay? It takes a lot of effort to keep people respecting you. Almost more effort than it would to just earn fresh respect. So there you go. So what's the point with this? Well, if I'm playing a PC these days, and I am actually in Joe the Lawyer's Fantasy Heartbreaker, his Bronze Age campaign, I'm looking at it for personal honor. That's my key. I'm not looking at my PC getting accolades or getting love or making a name for themselves. Right? all fleeting. Personal satisfaction, my character is looking for. Personal satisfaction of doing the right thing and doing it for the right reasons. And whether people know about it or not, besides the people that he's adventuring with, no big deal, because he knows, right? So that's the point of the personal honor aspect, as I see it, as it comes into game, maybe as it comes to real life. You got to, some people have a code of honor, but it is an outward code. Some people have a code of honor and it's an inward code. I like to think of my code of honor more of an inward code. I don't necessarily go out there and define it to people and say, hey, this is what but I have my own code. Okay. I bet most of us do to some extent, right? And you don't look for attaboys for following your own sense of honor, right? Your own code of honor. But maybe some do. My PC will not. My PC is just going to go through it and be like, I did a great job. That's great. Move on to the next great job. Personal satisfaction, knowing you did the right thing. All right? It's important. More so than the accolades of the peasants or the townsfolk or the merchants or having the king proclaim you a hero of the land, which again will be fleeting until the next hero of the land is designated. So I like to make sure my player characters have something. Usually that's their own sense of honor. Now some of them I might play have no honor, right? And that's a whole other type of character. Or maybe they strive for that social honor and have no personal honor, right? So they want to make sure others that of similar noble upbringing know what to. Oh well, look at that. Uh, Tenkar's PC is such a fine and noble lad. In the meantime, in his uh, dealings that don't actually hit those noble codes, he's a piece of shit, right? Who knows? That's fun to play too. So, just some ideas. Just throwing it out there. Folks, as always, we are in the midst of the world of the pandemic. I ask you, I beg of you, use your common sense. Keep yourself, your friends, your family, your loved ones, your community healthy and safe. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. And I should be back tomorrow, possibly, God willing, from a location with trees and nature around me. Maybe another episode from the back porch. Oh, let's not even dream of that. We shall see. All right, folks. I'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you for the support. Subscribe, like, comment, the whole shite. All right.